Don't just take our word for it. Check out what our clients are saying about working with the Dan Gemus real estate team.
I got to thank you for being a voice of reason in a sea of insanity.
I really appreciate what you and your teams do.
Visit dangemus.com. And now, filling in for Dan Gemus, it's your host, Joyce Blackmere.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. We are going to give away a $50 gift card to the Richmond Popcorn Company in Amherstburg. It's located at 61 Richmond Street. Cassie, I'll let you take the honor.
Brrr, my drum roll. Congratulations, Lori Reed.
Awesome.
You
Congrats,
have won some
Lori.
popcorn.
We had a listener question come in from Mike from Windsor, and he's asking about the Accelerator Fund, Housing Accelerator Fund, and that's a bigger topic than just to answer in a couple of minutes. So, Mike, we got your message. We're going to defer that to next week, and we will have some further conversation about that. But right now, I want to talk about. Yesterday, we talked about questions that we need to ask buyers when they're looking to make a move, not just about affordability and location and stuff, but the stuff we need to know as realtors to help make it as seamless of a transition and transaction as possible.
Yep.
So today, let's talk about sellers, Cassie. What are some questions that we need to ask sellers? And we gather a whole heck of a lot of information. There's a lot of questions we need to ask. And, we've talked about having teams. So we have our lawyer and our mortgage broker and our home inspector and our insurance and realtor, obviously. So that's really important. But so I guess what I'm getting at is, I said yesterday, it's not that we're being nosy, but it's stuff we need to know, right?
Absolutely.
So I'll let you take the lead on this and talk about a couple things.
So, like we talked about what comes first, the chicken or the egg. So are you budgeting? Are you putting up your house for sale and then purchasing something? Or, if you, do your numbers are going to make out? Do you have to have this number in order to get you into that next property? Where exactly is your numeration coming from? And, the comparables that we bring and what we talk about with you there, to give you a best idea as to what to place your price at. And home preferences, like what type of properties are you looking for? So if you're selling and you're also looking to purchase, are you looking for something similar? Or are you looking to downgrade or that kind of thing? Yeah. And also just getting to the nitty gritty of, who's on title, who's on the deed? Is this going from, is this a power of sale or anything like that? Is this, where we have to bring in other people that will be on the deed or anything? So we need to know that kind of information, your timeline, and availability, really, because you've got people kind of coming in and out for showings. Like, are you going to be able to show that whole time? And, if your house is priced, depending on your pricing point, are we looking for a fast sell? Are we needing to strategize to do that? Or are we, maybe sitting a little bit longer?
Or can you wait it out? Yeah, for sure. We also need to know things like rental items. A lot of people are, they rent their furnace and their AC and their hot water heater. So those things are important to know, what the buyouts are for those. So there's a little bit of due diligence required on the seller's side to make sure that we have those contract payout amounts, because some buyers don't want to buy a home with rental items. Some are fine as long as they know what the particulars are around that. Are there defects with the property? Do you get a spring thaw in your basement?
And how many, we've heard a ton of pipes freezing this last little bit.
Yes.
You do need to let people know if there's been any floods or water issues or anything. You don't want anything to come back on you for sure.
Yes. Are there, you talked a lot about timing, which is really important. Are you in a financial position where, you can sell or maybe not financial position, maybe that's the wrong way. Do you have plans? If you've sold your home before you've purchased something, can you rent something for a bit, or do you have a family member that you can stay with until you do find something? Because it's tough. It's tough in the market to time it 100%, right?
Again, budgeting for that time. Are you going to be bridging a mortgage? Is there time in that gray zone that you need? And also like property details. Have you done any recent updates or renovations on your home? With that as well, or are there additional repairs that you're thinking of doing, or you're selling as is, that kind of thing too. So, and also, what your future plans are realistically, like,
yeah. Do you plan on staying here I guess this is more of a buy
Yeah.
than a sell, but they all go together, right? If you're selling, you're typically moving somewhere else or
Right.
you're renting, right? So having an idea of what your future prospects are as well is going to give us a hand in helping you strategize, for
Absolutely.
whatever it is that you're hoping to accomplish.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you could get a great offer, but maybe you need a closing in 90 days, but what if you get a perfect offer and they got to close in 30 days, right? So what
Right.
happens in the interim? So you've got to be able to talk good, bad, and ugly about a lot of things.
Yeah, we've had a lot of clients over the past year or so, and they've been in that position where they have to figure out that timing. So can you stay with your parents? Can you find a short-term rental or an Airbnb
Yeah.
to stay at? But that comes at a cost, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, and hopefully your parents aren't charging you. But
Are you listening?
the Airbnb is not going to be a free ride, right? So it's just taking that into consideration.
Yeah.
Too.
And then even just market expectations. So what is your expectation? What do you think the market is doing right now? And let's talk about it, right? Because getting you up to speed in market education is so important, especially in this market that's changing
Fast. Yeah.
all the time. What happened a month ago is not what's going to be necessarily what continues right now, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're seeing that every day. It seems to get a little bit different and a little more active as we, move into the spring market. Again, we'll keep our eye on what the Bank of Canada has to say next week. And we'll be able to determine confidence levels from there as well. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for that, Cassie. And just a reminder to everybody that the Dan Gemus real estate team covers all of Windsor and Essex County. If you have any questions about the market, whether to buy first, sell first, bridge, stay with your parents, whatever you need help with, give us a call. We're happy to strategize with you. We cover, like I said, all of Windsor and Essex County from Lakeshore all the way around to Leamington and everything in between. And you can reach out to our team 7 days a week at 519-566-5565. You can find us online at dangemus.com. And don't forget to hop on Instagram and Facebook and like our social pages, because we put a lot of updates on there as well that can be super advantageous if you're thinking of buying or selling. Cassie, thanks so much for joining us today. And thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to producer Tony for taking such good care of us as well. We will be back next week, next Saturday and Sunday here on AM800 between 12 and 1. We'll see you then.